Good morning, children. Here is Sumati, your social studies teacher, with second chapter. And before going to teach, I want to revise in the previous class whatever we studied. That is solar radiation. The energy which is emitted by the sun is called solar radiation. And some part of that energy is received by the earth is called insolation. And whatever the earth received the energy, some part of that it reflects into the atmosphere is called albedo, that is 30% of the energy. And now let us go for the continuation of lesson. Now you see that actually the greenhouse effect is there, that is also related to solar radiation. What is greenhouse effect? In the cool regions, because of low temperatures, the plants of the vegetables and fruits are not grown. You know that. Because cool regions, no plant growth. In the countries which are located in the cool regions, make plants of vegetables and fruits grow in the artificial environment. Such artificial environment is created by building greenhouses. So in the greenhouse buildings, there are transparent roofs and walls which allow heat to come in but not to escape. So we can create marsh environment for to grow the paddy by irrigating the fields. Here in the greenhouse effect, that means glass house, the radiation enters but it won't escape from there. That is called greenhouse effect. Now we'll go for the differences of temperature we are going to study. Now you know that it is different places, different times, differences are there in the temperature already I said you. So as per this, now we are going to study the land and water contrast. See, what is a land? Land is actually solid part. That solid part, you know that the solid one gets that faster the heat. So land is considered as good conductor of heat. You know that. So solid part is the good conductor of heat, you know, while comparison to liquid part. Here land and water areas, that means sea, it takes time to heat up. While land gets heated and cooled quickly, oceans will take time to heat and cool. Land gets heat first and even cools also quickly. That means the heat also released quickly. At the same time, oceans will take time to heat and even take time to cool also. And here you see that daytime, this is the land part, gets the heat faster, and when it gets that, it may be get that more temperature. Because of that, it releases the warm air into the sea. You see that warm air from the land going to the sea. At the same time, cool air we are getting. Because of that reason, on the land part of the coastal areas, it becomes somewhat cool even in the daytime. And here you see that night time it is reverse. What happens? Sea cools late, land cools fast. So what is happening? When the cool air from the land it is going, actually when it cools down, no, on the land part we may get totally cool. We may get the shivering also. But we are there on the sea coast. What's happening? The cool air is going to the sea from the land, and from the sea we are getting the warm air to the land part. Because of that, even in the night time also, sea coast areas feels somewhat warmer instead of cool. Okay. Now let us heating of atmosphere. The air around us is not heated directly by the rays of the sun. You know that in the previous class I taught it. Whatever the air is there, that is not heating up first. When the sun's rays are reaching to the earth surface first, then that heat is again radiated or reflected to the atmosphere. That means first earth is heating up, then atmosphere is heating up slowly. So this is heating of atmosphere. When it is taking place, that is why in the near the earth's surface it is warmer. As we go higher and higher areas into the atmosphere, the temperature may be somewhat less. What is heat balance? The heat the earth receives from the sun is radiated back by the earth in different ways. Already we have studied. From the earth, in a different ways it radiates. That means through the surface of the earth 4%, from the clouds some percent, and from the atmosphere some percent, it radiates back to the atmosphere. So in this radiation process, how much it is radiating? 1/3 of the radiation or heat is radiated into the atmosphere. That is called albedo we studied. If the entire heat is not radiated back, then every day the amount of heat that remains will be accumulated. Suppose every day the earth is getting the energy, but the earth is not releasing that energy, then what happens? The earth becomes hotter and hotter. We feel totally more temperatures. We are unable to bear that temperature. On the other hand, if the earth receives less heat, whatever we are getting every day, instead of that, less heat we are getting. That means less energy we are getting from the sun. Then it gave out in radiation, it would get cool and cool. It may become cool and cool. We are unable to bear that less temperature also. So this is called the heat balance. But actually, you know that earth is not a flat surface. You know that. All the total earth, so many variations are there. Undulating, that means ups and downs are there. Slopings are there. In resulting that, as per the land part, the radiation or receiving the energy depends upon. If it is a more land or more sloping land, the two sides of the mountain already, the last year you have studied that orographic or the Kerala gets that heavy rainfall, and east part of the Western Ghats will not get that such a rainfall. The variations, you know that two sides of the mountains. What is the main reason it is happening? That you should know that. Some gases like carbon dioxide prevents the radiation. You know that atmosphere contains more gases. In that, the nitrogen is 78% and oxygen is 21%, and the other gases contains only 1%. Among those other gases, carbon dioxide is 0.03%. And that small part of the carbon dioxide, we are unable to bear it on the earth. So that carbon dioxide in the atmosphere increases because of use of diesel, petrol, and even we are cutting the forests also day by day because to construct the dams or some other parts, some other respective provisions, whatever we want. If the carbon dioxide proportion in the atmosphere increase, then less heat will be radiated. When the carbon dioxide is increasing on the Earth's surface in the atmosphere, what happens? Less heat will be radiated back to the atmosphere. That means from the Earth, the heat will not be radiated. Less heat will be radiated. So that causes increase in the global temperatures. Then that is called global warming. You know that you have to take care about your surroundings, that by planting more trees and take care about that, not to cut the trees. You are the future citizens, you have to take care about that. Now let us go for the temperatures of atmosphere. Here, how to measure the temperature? You know that when we get the fever, we get the thermometer. You know, no children, how much temperature we have. As per that, we have the fever or not, we will measure it. Same way, the temperature of atmosphere also, an instrument is there that is called Celsius thermometer. Actually, our thermometer we have Fahrenheit and Celsius, but this thermometer we have Celsius thermometer only, that measures the atmospheric temperature. Now you see that temperatures in the atmosphere, how it's there in the on the earth, high and low temperatures. Now you know that mostly desert areas will get that more temperatures. According to that, the recorded temperatures we can find it in the place Azizia. It is in Libya. It is in Africa, where it is on July 1922, the temperature reached that 57.8 degrees Celsius. Already you know that in Vishakhapatnam, whenever in the summer time, we get 45 or something, more than the 45, the temperature, we are unable to bear it. But in the desert, that is actually Sahara Desert, in that place, they got the highest temperature, recorded temperature, 57.8 degrees Celsius. Like that, the lowest temperature recorded is at Vostok. It is the place in Antarctica. Actually, Antarctica have research centers. Even from India and other parts also, we have some research centers in Antarctica. Among that, one of the research center is Vostok. There, the temperature fell to minus 89.2 degrees Celsius. That means minus degrees. Imagine, actually 0 degree itself less temperature. It is recorded, that is minus 89.2 degrees Celsius in July 1983. You know children, if suppose if the temperature is, when water reaches a temperature around 100 degrees, it starts the boiling. More than that, it can't increase the temperature, because when it gets the 100 only, it reaches to boil. It evaporates, but it can't increase the temperature. That is 100 degrees Celsius is the maximum. And at about 0 degree, it comes to froze or freezing into ice. So the minimum temperature totally, as that 0 degree is the minimum, you know that till the minimum degrees are there, -1, -2, -3, like that. Totally below temperatures are minus 273.16 degrees Celsius. So temperature cannot go below this temperature. When the temperature it reaches to 0 degree, it is recorded as minus X degrees Celsius. Okay, but this is totally less, that is minus 273.16 degrees Celsius. Now, just I want to ask a question. Of course, you can find it. Now, you know, mass calculation wise, you can make it 0, 1, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as descending order, if you go that -1, -2, -3, like that. So, whether 3 is the biggest number or the -3 is the biggest number. You know already in the previous classes you have studied that mass easy calculation. That is, it is biggest number is 3. That means 0 to ascending order, those are all biggest numbers. And 0 to descending order, those are smallest numbers. Suppose -1 is the biggest one or -3. In this, -1 is the biggest number. No? Very good. So, now we can go for the next topic. That is moderate and extreme climate. Example, of course, Vishakhapatnam gets the moderate climate. Why? Because it is on the sea coast. That means on the sea coast areas they get the moderate climate. That is, it is on the seashore. It's difficult for the sun to heat up or cool down the sea, because we are on the sea coast areas. So mostly it is difficult the sea water to cool or to heat up. Because of that reason, coastal areas almost have the moderate climate. That means it's not too hot, not too cool. At the same time, if you see that therefore places near the sea, we have fairly constant throughout the year, almost the same temperatures mostly it maintains because of the influence of the sea. In opposite to that, suppose the Delhi, Hyderabad or Anantapur, those have extreme climate. Why? Because those are far away from the sea. It don't have influence of the sea. Because of that reason, there we can find the more temperatures. Actually, it's not more temperature, extreme climatic conditions. In the summers, what happens in those areas, the ground temperatures also rises very high. Because of that reason, always they get the totally more temperatures. But in winters, the ground temperatures falls. Because of that reason, the air also becomes cool. So, as per this, here we can find the extreme climatic conditions. For example, Delhi. You can see that in Delhi, the summer time, it's reached almost 50 degrees Celsius of temperature. At the same time, in winters, it's went to 5 degrees Celsius temperature also. So, because of the interior, because of the air which contains in that interior parts, it may be extreme hot or extreme cool. So, this is the influence of the sea. That's why coastal areas will have moderate climate and interior parts have extreme climatic conditions. And these differences we can find it making of the maximum and minimum temperatures every day to make it watching the news. As per this, we can make it always. You can see that sea coast areas almost less temperature than the interior parts. Okay. Now, let us the time to go for assignment. That is, 5 questions are given. You have to listen the video, do the answers for this assignment and write it in your notebook. That's all for today, children. Bye.